This episode of the Leeds United Career Mode is brought to you by FifaUTCoinStore. Use the code BUCKS at checkout to get 5% off your Ultimate Team coins. Previously on Leeds United Career Mode. So who is going to pick up the first man of the match for the championship? Beautiful layoff and the shot. It's in the net! Great goal! Have that shot right at the keeper, but the layoff, it's in the net! But that's their breathing space. Game over. We have the ball in a Dukara and the first goal against Millwall. Goal! We at least got a point out of that. We've got this game against Middlesbrough and then the transfer deadline day. Hey guys, how's it going? MasterBucks here and welcome to episode 4 of the Leeds United Career Mode. Now this is going to be the first post-commentary episode of the entire series, and don't worry because I try to do as little of these as possible, but the reason that I do them because obviously a lot of people, everyone, really, myself included, prefer the live commentaries and the green screen videos because they're the better episodes to watch. They're a little higher quality, but these post-coms allow me to get through way more games at a time instead of just going through and, you know, because when I do live commentaries, it takes a very long time. I can only really do about 2 games per episode, and with these sorts of videos, I normally do around about 4, or sometimes maybe even 5, or maybe even 6 if I want the video to go for a little longer. So it just helps us get through the season just that little bit quicker, which is fantastic because it means we can take this career mode much further in a short amount of time. As that ball into Adrian is an absolute ripper, and the finish is not too bad either. It's just calmly slotted in the bottom left-hand corner or into the bottom corner, which is a little technique that I've been doing quite often. Instead of just blasting it past the keeper, you just tap it ever so gently into that bottom corner, as we're lucky not to concede there against Middlesbrough, by the way, who is, and oh yes, of course, I do believe that this is, it's not exactly a Yorkshire derby, but, and again, Leeds has its fair share of teams that it doesn't really like, but still, I know that there's a bit of thing, there's something between Leeds and Middlesbrough, but still, continuing with the second goal as we scored there off the ball. Lewis Cook with a nice little turn around his defender and then fired it from maybe just outside the box. But the tackle, Tomlin, who I believe was a former, is that Southend United player or a potential Bradford player or someone who has now played for, who's now in for Middlesbrough. So a former J-Bucks Road to Glory player scoring against us there potentially with Middlesbrough, and the keeper's effort there, just standing, was disgraceful. And the effort there from Liam Moore, who just kept on running, didn't even attempt to head the ball, let his man who was trailing him as well, the man he was ahead of, headed into the corner, and that was just a terrible end. We got blitzed right at the end, conceding 2 goals in about 5 minutes and drawing the game 2-2. So thankfully, Lewis Cook's second goal got us something, but still, the vote for this one, I'm going to give my man of the match, despite none of my players actually winning the man of the match, I'm going to give it to Adrian. So he is the one that's going to get the man of the match for this one vote for this game. That takes him to 3, I believe, and yeah. So, now we move on. After, of course, we find out that we have a player, Alex Moa, injured with a sprained knee for 3 weeks coming out of that game as well. So not only were we winning 2-0 in the 70th minute and we end up drawing, we lose a play through injury as well, which is great. But still, moving on. Sarcasm. We move on to, of course, deadline day. We didn't really have too much going on in the deadline day. We have this offer, unfortunately, and I know this might not be an extremely popular move, but we've got Rodolph Austin, who is a player that I believe, you know, he does have some relatively good physical attributes and stuff, but at 65 overall, there's a good maybe 6, maybe even 7 central midfielders only that are higher rated than he is, that are much younger than he is. He's approaching 30, and he is only really going to go down from there, and he's never going to fulfill any potential to sort of play in the Premier League, which is what we're trying to get. So even though I understand he's got plenty of sentimental value, Austin, sadly it's the sort of the same story as Morrison. Unfortunately, he does have to go. He was going to go at some point as well, so I mean, why not do it now when we can get the most for him as well? It's just a logical choice. Again, sentimental value, I understand, but that's just something we got to do. But still, we're going to just move past it now. We're out of the transfer window. That was the only piece of dealing that we had. I had a few players that I wanted to loan away and a few other players that I had transfer listed that we didn't hear back from, and of course, I wasn't really in the market for any certain players because after the amount of signings we made, and you know, we were running pretty low on transfer budget anyway, but after all those signings we made, we should have no excuses for needing anybody. Of course, we could always do, as I'm slowly finding out, maybe potentially with a slightly better goalkeeper, because Silvestri, he does some good things, but then he does some very annoying things as well. And then maybe even a new striker as well, which is probably something we'll have to sort out for the next season, if not this season. But still moving on with Doncaster in this game. We're trying to get, they're really breaking through a very poor line of defence. There was not a lot of good marking going on there, and probably could have been dealt with a little bit better there. But still, Doncaster missing that one, thankfully. And now a chance for Ceballos getting in. The good lob through ball into Antonucci, who takes a header, fouled. But it's an advantage, and the shot gets tackled right before, and there's going to be a foul just outside. There's a 23-yard free kick. Cataldi not in the game. Lets Antonucci take it. And even though I put a decent amount of power, or just about the right amount of power on it, it just goes up in the end. It just keeps on going up. We never get that dip, unfortunately, that only certain players seem to be capable of getting from free kicks. But still, the cross that came in and went over the back fell to a Doncaster player. It was going to be a difficult one, but still, he skied that one. And a great tackle on the touchline, still keeping it in. Lets this go, and Solly March, who's a recent transfer, goes in, just calmly passes it into the bottom right-hand corner of the net with a great goal. It's no rocket into the back, but it's just slotting it. The keeper can't get down. Great goal. We're 1-0 up in front against Doncaster. And some more great pressure. Slots on this one. It's 4v1 at the back. It'll fall to McGregor. Callum McGregor, the centre attacking midfielder, who we've signed from Celtic, in for this game for Adrian. And he goes and gets himself a goal. That's 2-0. And with 90 minutes to go, and with the game officially over, that is game over. And again, at the centre attacking midfielder position, we have Callum McGregor, not Adrian, and the man of the match for it is actually going to be Solly March, not Callum McGregor, who, by the way, is, yes, starting, and again, the centre attacking midfielder, for some reason, is very popular with the FIFA ratings. It always seems to be getting the highest match rating, but still, Solly March was great today. He was on that right winger spot for, of course, I've got Nicholas Storm in there, who is not really going all too well at the moment. We've signed him. He's played a few games and hasn't scored, hasn't gotten an assist, I believe, and he hasn't been fantastic. But still, but March played him for that game, just giving him a rest, and he got a goal, and he did very well as well. And so did Callum McGregor. But in my mind, and it's my opinion only, I had to give it to Solly March, because he was fantastic on that right wing in that game. And as well as that, I just want to go back to the first game that I played today. It's only just popped up in my head as I'm where I'm about to commentate this game against Brighton. But Leeds United and Middlesbrough are actually supposed to be playing the day that this video goes up as well. So, how about timing? I only just remember that post halfway through this commentary. But still, moving on. Dukara getting tackled there. Lewis Cook plays through with a beautiful ball into Dukara, who was onside. Shot it right, maybe not right at the keeper, but it was a good save by their keeper. If only he'd kept it down, kept it low, unfortunately. But still, still 0-0 against Brighton. Going into halftime, the corner came in. It was straight at the keeper, who plucked it so easily. And yeah, that ended a very, very tame first half, we'll say. Not an awful lot happened. That first chance was probably the best. Lewis Cook, though, had a shot from long distance. He does have a decent long shot on him for someone of his overall, but unfortunately just putting it wide. And again, now with of course, Brighton, who had, again, same attempt, long attempt, and unfortunately not really going in for them as well. It was just really trading long shots at the moment. Really, neither side could really get in. And again, Dukara with a good shot. And the header, an empty net, which fell for Ceballos, and it just absolutely, he's just hit the side netting. It's a maybe difficult shot, yeah, but he's hit the side netting. There was a massive gaping hole. Dukara again, a good ball in, and he hits the crossbar and it bounces up. No shots were just going on target. Nothing was going on target. Anything that was being saved by the keepers. So many shots, so many attempts in the second half especially, but no points taken, no 3 points taken by either side. It's going to end in a 0-0 draw, unfortunately, but still a man of the match for this game. It's going to go to a defender in Bamba, the lone defender that we have, that really tall, great centre-back that we have. Unfortunately, though, in a game that no one was able to score in, the midfielders and the attackers actually rated a lot higher than some of the defenders, which I found weird. And I thought Bamba, even though you don't really get to see it all too often in some of these little highlight packages that I put together, but he was very good today, really closing down, was always clean at the back, and that's something I love, when a centre-back can just deal with the situation, make a tackle, win back the ball as well, and just start a movement. And he was fantastic today, always clearing the ball. We never really looked in any danger with that centre-back when he was involved, and that's exactly what I want. And that was basically it. As we move on to the final game of this episode, it's going to be against Wolves as well. The shot is blocked once again by Liam Cooper, or one of my centre-backs, doing really well there. Still moving on though. Cataldi back into this game as well. He's been fantastic over the course, as he fake shots past the defender, gets past him, has a shot, interesting attempt, just rolling it along the ground, but still nothing to be coming from that. And again, still moving. Lewis Cook now going into the second half now. Lewis Cook just getting dragged down by Sacco, and eventually winning the free kick from quite a fair distance out and on a tight angle for 32 yards. But Cataldi looks like he's eyeing this up. He'll have a go for it. He will, and he'll go and score a beautiful free kick. It's such a tight angle to be even attempting it from 32 yards out. But Danilo Cataldi, who is just absolutely my set piece man now. I've just absolutely confirmed that with that amazing free kick. He scored a great free kick, the first goal of the campaign, and that is a great block as well from the centre-back Cooper. Have to give credit to that as well. That was brilliant. But Cataldi is the difference today in a 1-0 victory. He gets a ridiculous free kick, slots it in the top right-hand corner from 32 yards out in a tight angle. Great defending, great attack as well all day. And Danilo Cataldi, despite being substituted off, He's, of course, won man of the match, and he will be the man of the match. He is my man of the match for sure. That was a fantastic free kick, and, you know, other players doing very well, certain defenders really doing well, getting in line with the shots and blocking them all, and it's fantastic stuff. But still, that's going to end this first post-commentary as well. Thank you for watching once again. I will have episode 5 up tomorrow, and once again, thank you again for the ridiculous amount of support for this series so far. It's been great. I hope you keep going, and I'm trying to get one video up every single day if I can, and we'll see how we go from there. But still, we're 5th at the moment in the league, going well. Got a game against Fulham coming up soon. And until then, my name's MasterBucks, and have a good one. Bye-bye.